For this complex fraction, remember your goal is to get a single fraction in the numerator and a single fraction in the denominator, and then you can work to put them together. So for our numerator here, our common denominator is going to have to be 36x squared. So that means this first fraction needs multiplied by x squared over x squared, and the second fraction is going to need to get multiplied by 36 over 36. So that's going to give us x squared over 36x squared minus 36 over 36x squared. And we'll combine that in the next step. Let's go ahead and look at the denominator. So down here we have a 36 and a 6x. So our common denominator down here will just be 36x. So to get that first fraction to be 36x, multiply it by x over x, and the second fraction just needs to get multiplied by 6 over 6. So that's going to give us x over 36x minus 6 over 36x. Now again, before I do the brackets and pair it up, I have to have a single fraction on the top and a single fraction on the bottom, and right now I still have two separate fractions. So if I put our numerator together, we're going to have x squared minus 36 over a 36x squared. And then the denominator will have x minus 6 over a 36x. Okay, and now we can pair them up. So your numerators, well, your numerator from the top pairs up with the denominator from the bottom. And I'm just going to write that 36 in front. Oops, 36x. Don't forget that. Next to x squared minus 36. And then the inside, or the patties of the burger, we're going to have 36x squared in front and then x minus 6 after. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and factor the numerator. So this x squared minus 36 is going to factor into x plus 6 and x minus 6. In the denominator, there's nothing factorable there, so I'm going to rewrite it as 36x squared times x minus 6. From here, the x minus 6's are going to cancel each other out, and we're stuck with this. But remember, this is 36 times x plus 6, and we have 36 times x squared on the bottom. So those will actually reduce with one another. So the 36's will cancel each other out, and then we're left with x over x squared. So this x will cancel out one of these. So what we're left with is, if I look all of this stuff canceled out, all I have left in the numerator is an x plus 6. And then denominator, we're just left with a single x because everything else canceled out. So your final answer is x plus 6 over x. And again, don't be tempted to cancel those x's out because that's not how those simplify. And you can double check your work by storing a value for x. And right now, if I just hit the x button and hit enter, it shows me that x is 5. I'm going to store x as something else. I'm going to store it as that, just in case that creates an extraneous solution. So I'm going to store that for x now. If you use a decimal, you're pretty safe there from avoiding extraneous solution. All right, so again, you want to give yourself a fraction. So I hit the alpha button, and I hit y equals. I'm going to select option number 1. And I have another fraction up here. So I'm going to do that again, alpha y equals, give myself another fraction. So 1 over 36 minus another fraction, alpha y equals, so 1 over x squared. Then on the bottom, another fraction, 1 over 36 minus 1 over 6x. Okay, so make sure that it looks exactly how the original looks. It does. So we get that value. So now when I type in the final answer, this x plus 6 over x, it should match that exactly. X plus 6 over x. Okay, now if you chose to store a different value for x, these numbers would be different than the ones that you see here, but what should be true is they should still match each other even if you chose a different value for x.